Heya Cryptozens, it's 10 p.m. Pacific time. My name is Nikodemus, and welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. It's Sunday night, 10 p.m. on December 18th, 2022. I hope you're well rested because your week starts again tomorrow. And we've got a CBDC watch in Kazakhstan, because Kazakhstan's central bank plans to introduce a digital currency in stages between 2023 and 2025. The National Bank of Kazakhstan recently completed the second round of testing for this currency, which is intended to improve financial inclusion, encourage competition and innovation in the payment industry, and increase the country's global competitiveness. The CBDC will be integrated with Binance's blockchain. Kazakhstan plans to roll out its CBDC over the next 3 years. The pilot study, which focused on offline payments and programmability, suggested involving market participants and infrastructure players in different scenarios and clarified language to be used by the country's regulators. The report emphasized the need for technological improvements, infrastructure preparation, and the development of an operating model and regulatory framework before the CBDC can be introduced. In response to the war-torn uncertainties that led many Russians to cross the border into Kazakhstan, the country also announced that it will legalize the conversion of cryptocurrencies to cash. Kazakhstan's president said that if the CBDC shows its relevance and security, it will receive full legal recognition. Georgia, a neighboring country of Kazakhstan, is also working on new cryptocurrency regulations in an effort to become a global cryptocurrency hub. You may have heard me ask a number of times why Sam Bankman-Fried is fighting extradition to the United States. Now, reportedly, he's being held in a giga hellhole in the form of Fox Hill. 5 to 6 men in a room, no toilet. They did say they got rid of the rats, though. So why would he fight to stay in that compared to being in the United States? Well, Sam may appear in court in the Bahamas on December 19th, which would be tomorrow, to try and reverse his earlier decision to fight extradition. Now, he is expected to agree to be extradited to the United States, where he faces charges related to fraud and money laundering, and potentially a whole lot of time in prison. Bankman-Fried was denied bail on December 13th because of the risk that he might flee. His lawyers said that he does not have a criminal record, but he is depressed and he has trouble sleeping. Much like the victims of his crimes, I imagine. I suspect the people who lost everything due to FTX's collapse, they're depressed. They might have trouble sleeping. So no sympathy from me on that score. Now, they filed another request for bail on December 15th. If he is convicted, he could go to jail for 115 years. Mark Cohen is a former federal prosecutor, and he has been hired to defend Sam. Now, Cohen is the co-founder of a law firm, and he was a part of the defense team in the Ghislaine Maxwell child trafficking case. Wait, didn't she lose? I might have gone with somebody else. But anyway, like I said, Sam is being held in Fox Hill Prison, which is the only prison in the Bahamas. Now, according to a U.S. State Department report, conditions at Fox Hill are harsh, overcrowded, and have poor sanitation and nutrition. Some detainees have also allegedly physically been abused by correctional officers. Now, as I understand it, at least the first night, Sam was held in their medical wing because he hadn't taken his prescribed medication since he'd been arrested. It seems like the Bahamas was just operating from an abundance of caution. Now, if Sam is extradited to the U.S., that sure frees him up to testify. I think he's going to be busy. Count on him being hauled before both houses of Congress because SBF prosecutors contacted Democratic members from the DNC, DCC, and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries to get information to help with their investigations. The prosecutors investigating Sam have contacted the top members of the Democratic Party to ask for information about the political donations made by Sam. Now, according to the New York Times, the prosecutors have contacted the DNC, the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries as part of their ongoing investigations. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York sent an email to Mark Elias. Now, Mark Elias is an elections lawyer for the Democratic Party, and he was asking for information about donations made by Sam Bankman-Fried. The U.S. Attorney's Office also sent similar emails to other members of the Democratic and Republican parties. On December 12th, the Royal Bahamas Police arrested Sam at the request of the U.S. government. This arrest occurred just a day before SBF was supposed to testify before Congress. So if Sam gets extradited to the U.S., you know he's going to be making up that missed appearance. Bankman-Fried has also been charged with 8 counts of financial and elections fraud, which involved the alleged siphoning of $1.8 billion in customer funds. And so Sam was the Democrats' second largest individual donor, giving $39.8 million. As we reported, the DNC, the Democratic Senatorial Campaign, and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committees decided to return donations linked to Sam and other FTX investors. These donations were in excess of more than $1 million. A spokesperson for the DNC confirmed that they will return $815,000 in contributions from Sam since 2020 due to the allegations of potential campaign finance violations. The spokesperson said that the funds will be set aside and returned as soon as they receive direction in the legal proceedings. The Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee have also said that they will set aside $103,000 and $250,000 respectively for reimbursement. Sam is also facing issues from the legal side of the American justice system because a group of people is suing Silvergate Bank. They claim that the bank played a significant role in the fraudulent activity at Sam's exchange. The plaintiffs, who include Joey Gonzalez of Revere, Massachusetts, and others affected by the situation, believe that Silvergate Bank is responsible for the fraud because it allowed the collapsed exchange and Alameda Research to have accounts with the bank. Their argument is that those bank accounts aided and abetted a breach of fiduciary duty. Now, this suit alleges that the bank was aware of the criminal activity due to the many accounts it held for FTX Limited, FTX US, and Alameda Research. A group of senators from both political parties recently requested more information from Silvergate Bank about its financial health and the management of FTX and Alameda funds. Now, Sam is not the only one facing questions about his behavior leading up to and during the collapse of the exchange. Chair Gensler is also facing criticism because yesterday, Representative Pete Sessions said in a Saturday report that the Securities Exchange Commission did not properly oversee how FTX Group and its subsidiaries met financial and corporate control requirements. He added that the SEC should be examined for not paying attention to the billions of dollars involved in the situation, which was only discovered a year later. On December 13th, the SEC filed charges against SBF. The SEC claims that Bankman-Fried violated the anti-fraud provisions of the Securities Act of 1933 and the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. In this complaint, the SEC requests an injunction to prevent him from participating in the issuance, purchase, offer, or sale of any securities except for his own account. Chair Gensler said Sam deceived investors by claiming that his company was safe while it was actually built on deception. The charges were filed a day after Bankman-Fried was arrested by Bahamian authorities at the request of the United States. Representative Sessions said that it was about a year ago that Sam testified at a congressional committee hearing. At that hearing, Sam was asked about the need for regulatory oversight of cryptocurrencies. He replied that it was just a matter of transparency. The congressman also mentioned that Bankman-Fried had access to members of Congress and the United States Senate. Now, his comments come after Senator Tom Emmert also criticized Gensler for flawed crypto information gathering efforts. Emmert called for him to appear before Congress to explain regulatory failures. Emmert also mentioned that Gensler had not appeared before the House Committee on Financial Services since October 2021, leaving the media to report on the SEC's failures in investigating. Now, I tell you what, this year especially, when you hear of an exchange halting withdrawals, it's easy to assume the worst. Assume that they've got some form of contagion from one bad actor or another. Even when I don't have any money on the exchange, I assume the worst. Now, fortunately, I am sometimes proven wrong, as appears to be the case with OKX. Because OKX experienced service disruptions due to a hardware failure at Alibaba's Cloud Services Hong Kong data center. The server went offline and was not functioning for more than 7 hours. No transactions were processed by OKX during this time. Alibaba Cloud hosts 3 availability zones in Hong Kong. Those availability zones have been in operation since 2014. The company confirmed the outage through an official announcement. OKX said that it is working with Alibaba Cloud to resolve the issues. They took the time to reassure users that their funds are safe. The announcement apologized for any inconvenience caused. The service disruption saw users unable to withdraw or deposit funds, and some reported that their bank accounts showed $0. That had to freak some people out. Now, some investors also reported stuck trades, and they were worried about potential losses. Earlier in December, Avalanche Blockchain partnered with Alibaba Cloud to power its Node-as-a-Service initiatives. As previously reported, Alibaba Cloud and Avalanche Blockchain are working together to create tools for launching validator nodes on Avalanche's public blockchain platform in Asia. This will allow Avalanche developers to use Alibaba Cloud's infrastructure as a service to launch new validators. Avalanche currently hosts over 1,200 validators and processes approximately 2 million daily transactions. Now, sports NFTs seem to be doing pretty well. Even when other NFT projects are struggling, things like NBA Top Shot seem to be doing okay. With that in mind, the Australian Open tournament is hoping to get some of that again. Now, here's what I mean. The Australian Open is launching a second collection of art ball NFTs with new Web3 collaborators. These include NounsDAO, OnCyber, and Vayner Sports Pass. The tournament's first NFT collection, which linked physical plots on the court to generative tennis balls, sold for over 1,900 ETH, about $2.3 million. Also, the Open's installation on Decentraland was popular among tennis fans. They could explore a virtual version of the physical grounds and participate in scavenger hunts to win virtual tennis outfits. The new collection of over 2,400 art balls will be available before the tournament starts on January 16, 2023. The tournament is partnering with OpenSea for the project because it protects creator royalties. Ridley Plummer is the tournament's Web3 head, and they said that NFTs will offer, quote, access to a series of groundbreaking offerings, artwork, premium experiences, and real events. Hodlers of the first art ball collection have not been forgotten. OG art ball holders will also receive 7-day ground passes to finals week and will be included in the festivities with the new holders. NounsDAO previously collaborated with Bud Light for the Super Bowl. Aztech Network is a Layer 2 chain for Web3 focused on privacy. They've raised $110 million in a Series B funding round led by Andreessen Horowitz and including participation from A Capital, King River, Variant, SV Angel, Hashkey, Fenbushi, and AVG5. The company aims to build a revolutionary piece of technology, enabling users to verify blockchain rules without revealing underlying information. They also plan to develop a next-generation encrypted architecture in partnership with A16Z. It will integrate with 6 DeFi protocols, including Compound, and deploy a new Ethereum-secured private-public execution layer. This funding will be used to hire more engineers and expand the company, which currently employs 40 people. Now, tomorrow, around noon o'clock, a special episode is going to drop. It's called Discussions, CBDCs, and Stablecoins. I got Josh Sigala, founder at both Vault-Toro and the Standard.io. Now, he's started up both an exchange as well as an asset-backed stablecoin. So he knows his stuff, and he has an opinion on the topic. If you care about where your money comes from, if you care about your financial privacy, and if you care about the continued ability to make your own spending decisions in the future, give it a listen. Otherwise, we'll still have our normal episode tomorrow night. And with that, I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I'll stop talking. We'll see you tomorrow night.